Hey guys, thanks for joining us in our supplements class. I am Robin Estes and I'm super excited to be here. And I first want to say I use every chance I get to have the opportunity to say to you that God made your body perfectly and that He made it to work perfectly with the proper care and nutrition. And I want to tell you just a short little tidbit about my story before I go into talking about our supplement. I had been getting an autoimmune disease. I'd been going to the doctor either every week or every other week and just kept snowballing. I just kept getting sicker and sicker. And finally, one doctor just sat me down and told me, you are getting an autoimmune disease and you don't have enough markers to get treated, to get any medicine for it, and you're going to have to get sicker before we can give you the medicine because it has a lot of severe side effects. Well, I left there and that just did not sit right with me. I just thought, when you get a scratch, it scabs over, it heals. When people have lost limbs that have healed over without medical treatment and have survived and lived and been okay. And it just didn't sit right in my gut. I just thought that is not how God created me, to just be continually sick. He created me to minister to other people and to serve others. And so I just was not accepting that, and I made some changes, and I went through a holistic healthcare option. And when I came across Young Living, it was just like a great thing that helped support me in what I was already doing. So I just want to say to you, if you're struggling with your health, just keep on keeping on. Don't accept that you are just going to be perpetually sick. You probably have some things that need support and have some things that need to be made, to changes that need to be made in your life, and that's where hopefully we can come in. So I'm going to be talking to you about Juvatone. Let's see if I can hold this up where you can see it. It looks like this, and I did a lot of research to learn about Juvatone, and I've learned so much. I'm so thankful for all that research, even if I weren't doing this class. It's great. What I've learned is just going to help me, so I hope it'll help you too. But I am going to assume that you are not here to see me and that you're here to learn about Juvatone. So my video may not be great. I am a teacher. I'm not a doctor. I cannot just talk about, a lot of these things medically, about body systems and things like that. The information that I want to give you is a little more complex than what I'm used to, so I'm going to be looking at my notes, so don't let that bother you, and I'll try not to let it bother me. Juvatone is a powerful herbal complex designed to promote healthy liver function. And the thing about liver function that can be so tricky is that you don't always notice that it needs support. And I'll try to explain this the best I can. We are super lucky to have Dr. Edie in our upline, so if you have questions, if you'll just post them below, that would be awesome, and one of us will get back to you or help you figure out your answer. The thing is, though, about the oils, they are used to support your body systems. We are not trying to, diagnose or heal or cure any disease, so we are just talking about how they heal body systems. So if you have specific questions, if you want to message me privately, and I can call you, and one of us can help you. as far as support. Okay? So anyway, how do we know our liver needs support? First of all, your liver, your gallbladder, and your pancreas are all joined together. They share a common bile duct. And if one of those organs needs support, then the other two also need support as well. So you probably could use some good liver support if you have issues with your gallbladder, if you have issues with inflammation, with negative emotions, with cholesterol, or with blood sugar stability. So, a liver supplement can support all these things. In fact, if you have had your gallbladder removed, your liver has to take over. And so it's kind of doing double duty there, and it would definitely appreciate some extra support. The good news is there's several things that we can do to support our liver. The first one is to eat a healthier diet. We need a consistent diet of good fats like coconut oil, olive oil, avocados in our diet. We also need to include greens such as kale, Brussels sprouts. We need to include beets. Multigrains would be a great supplement to add in addition to the Juvatone. We also need to eat less of or cut out our processed foods, at least not eat them on a regular basis. Our liver is responsible for processing all the chemicals from processed foods, drinks, and medicines. Everything, all the toxins that go in our body have to be processed through our liver. And when we overload it with toxins, those things get stuck in our body and they make us sick and they cause inflammation. So we also need to be drinking enough water to help detox some of those chemicals. So the next thing I want to talk about, or the first thing really, is cholesterol. And I had to really take notes and think about this, but it's super important, so I want to talk about it. First of all, what cholesterol does, it carries nutrients through our body, it delivers oxygen, it promotes healing, and produces hormones in our body. So we have two types of cholesterol, and this is a simple version. If you have more detailed questions, you'll have to ask Dr. Edie. So we've got two types of cholesterol, the LDL and the HDL. And the LDL gets a bad reputation, I guess, because we think that's like the bad cholesterol, and then HDL is the good cholesterol. And the truth is we need both of those cholesterols to work and do their job. And the thing is, the LDL cholesterol carries nutrients from our liver to our body to help it repair itself. And then in our tissues, it gets converted into the HDL cholesterol and is carried back to our liver for reprocessing, and then it just starts all over again. So when we get messed up there is when our ratios are off, when one of those is not able to do its job. So we need our Juvatone to help support that system if those levels are off. When you are taking a cholesterol medicine, my understanding was that it shuts down the production of that bad cholesterol. And that's not necessarily a good thing. That's going to help our symptoms. Our numbers might be better, but that doesn't help our liver or help things get transported through our body that it needs. So anyway, if you have issues with your cholesterol, if you're trying to get your cholesterol down, get your numbers to be better, liver support is for you. That's what you need. Another thing I want to talk about is the Juvatone is also good for supporting our pancreas. So if you are having issues with your blood sugar being too high or too low, or dropping too fast, or just being like a roller coaster, up and down, the Juvatone can help you. And one good thing about Juvatone is that it has inositol in it, which helps out with sugar cravings. So if you struggle with wanting processed foods or craving sugar cravings, this Juvatone can help you with that. I love that, the oils don't cure anything. They don't, but they help us get to the place where we can do things to help our body support itself. So, again, it helps with the gallbladder function. So if you are having gallbladder issues, you probably know that. It's probably ran in your family. You probably know what those kind of symptoms are, and you're having, indigestion and pain in your back and things like that. And that was one thing for me. And while I was sick for about 2 years, and I had my gallbladder removed. And so I really love my Juvatone. As soon as we started this class, I signed up for Juvatone because I know how much it's helped me, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Another thing that the Juvatone can do is provide support for negative emotions. And honestly, most of us have stored negative emotions, especially anger is the one that it can help the most, or that is stored in the liver. And so the Juvatone can help support that. So if you're struggling with negative emotions, this is a great thing for you too. Other oils that can support the liver are, and you probably hear me flipping through my papers, but I want to make sure you get all the information. Orange oil, rosemary oil, German chamomile, Juvaflex, peppermint, fennel, and your liver is right behind your rib cage on the right side of your body. So if you're using oils to help support your liver as well, you can just rub them on there. How do you know if you are getting enough liver support? I can just speak for myself on this. I do not have research to support this, but as far as with the Juvatone, but I do know this is true. For me, I was taking mineral essence, which I think is also a great supplement, and I was using my mineral essence, and I know how important the extra minerals are, and I knew that I needed them, but I still wasn't getting quite the support that I felt like I needed. So I started using my Juvatone and started having much more regular bowel movements. And so I'm one of those people who embarrass a lot of other people by talking about bathroom habits. But if you are not going to the bathroom regularly, that is a huge indicator that something is off in your gut, or that one of your systems needs to be supported, needs more support. So for me, when I was taking the mineral essence and then I added the Juvatone in, that's when I noticed changes. And some people think that this is an issue that I know people don't like to talk about and get embarrassed about, but it's important. So if you are having constipation or diarrhea, or you think, well, I only go to the bathroom once a week, that's what's regular for me. It's not. It's you need to be going to the bathroom every day, and the Juvatone helps support and detox your body and get those toxins out. And so that's a way for me how I can kind of balance how much liver support I need. So just kind of a recap. If you're struggling with your cholesterol levels, negative emotions, blood sugar stability, gallbladder, inflammation in your body, and didn't even go into all the inflammation issues, but all autoimmune reactions, any allergy responses and things like that are all inflammation in your body. So if you are struggling with any of those, your liver can definitely get supported by the Juvatone. The Juvatone, you take 2 tablets twice a day, or you can take up to 4 tablets 4 times a day if you really need a lot of extra support. I usually just take one once a day or one twice a day. You can take it either between meals or you take it before you eat. I always take mine 30 minutes before breakfast. The wholesale price is $35.75 for 150 tablets. So for me, the Juvatone is a lot of bang for my buck. It goes a long way and gives me a lot of support. And it's not one that you would necessarily think, oh, my liver needs support. It's kind of one of those that is, you see it show up in other ways. So if you haven't tried it, I would definitely encourage you to add it to your quick order or your ER order, because we have so many toxins. Just the American diet and all of the things that we put in our body just need so much processing that it just overloads our liver. So try the Juvatone. You will not regret it. If you have questions, again, post below and I will try to answer them. If I can't answer them, I will try to get you connected to Edie or somebody that can answer them. So I hope you guys are enjoying the class, and I hope these things that you're learning and that I'm learning or all learning will help us to be well. So be well. Have a good night.